Here's another thing that most guys overlook. It's that when you have sex matters. So testosterone is highest in the morning before 8 a.m. Energy is more reliable, stress is lower. So you're noticing low libido, sluggish performance, or unpredictable energy in the bedroom, and you're wondering if there's a natural, effective way to fix it. Well, you're not alone. In this video, I'm sharing my step-by-step protocol to help men reverse erectile dysfunction from the inside out. No pills, no gimmicks, just evidence-based, lasting change. I'm Dr. Adam, and I help men over 40 reverse type 2 diabetes, optimize their testosterone, and restore full body performance through modern natural medicine. Here's what I've learned after working with hundreds of men. Most guys reach for medication at the first sign of ED, but that's just masking the symptoms. We know that. It's not addressing the root cause because ED isn't just a performance problem. It's a signal. It's a warning light. And today I'll show you the 5 core steps to fix what's actually causing the problem. Let's start here. When something stops working, we've been conditioned to take something to try and fix it. That's the pill for every ill mindset. But in the case of ED, that mindset is doing more harm than good. That's because erections are diagnostic. They're like your body's smoke alarm. So if something's off, it's not just about testosterone or arousal. It could actually point to poor circulation, poor blood sugar control. It could be sleep disruption, stress, hydration, or how and if you're moving your body. So the real question isn't how do I turn the alarm off? It's what's causing the fire. And for a lot of the men I work with, one of the biggest root causes is mental health. And that's why one of my first check-ins is always around anxiety and depression, especially if ED is part of the picture. And I've been there myself. I've had years of high functioning anxiety drain my energy. It's messed with my confidence and it's impacted every area of my life. So beyond just physical performance. If you suspect this might be a factor, there's simple tools like the GAD-7 test for anxiety or the PHQ-2 for depression. So these are short, they're research-backed questionnaires that often reveal underlying mental barriers that men never knew were there. So this is an assessment that you do not want to skip. Now let's talk about your physiology. There are multiple underlying drivers of ED. So blood sugar dysregulation, low testosterone, inflammation, poor sleep, chronic stress, and more. So don't guess. You got to test. Before adding supplements or even prescriptions, run labs to check your testosterone, check your fasted insulin and glucose, check your cholesterol and inflammation markers. In fact, most men don't even realize they have metabolic dysfunction until it shows up in the bedroom. So step 1 is always get tested. Identify what's off. Then you know exactly what to target when you're trying to fix this. It's like taking your car to a mechanic. I got this advice when I was working on an old Suburban that I have. He said, stop throwing random parts at it. You got to run a diagnostic and then you can fix it efficiently. Once you've identified the root cause, the next step is momentum. And for many guys, this means getting a short-term win. So whether it's a targeted supplement or even a short course of medication. And that's because performance issues create a psychological block, and a solid experience can break that mental cycle and also help you rebuild confidence. But that's not the end goal. It's the jumpstart. So from here, we move to lasting natural solutions. And the first natural solution is daily movement. So think of it as your performance foundation. So it boosts circulation, it helps with insulin sensitivity, it increases testosterone, it improves your mood. So the goal is to aim for 30 minutes of moderate movement daily. So that could be walking, it could be biking, even rucking, which is my current favorite, which is just walking with a weighted backpack or a vest. It's simple, it's powerful, you can do it outdoors. And then add strength training. So 3 days a week. Muscle mass drives testosterone. And yet most guys still default to just doing cardio. I coach all my clients to lift. So body weight or free weights doesn't matter. Just do big compound movements, squats, push-ups, deadlifts. It's not about looking like a bodybuilder. It's about fueling your hormones and reclaiming strength. It's about muscle mass. Okay, let's talk about nutrition. ED is often vascular. So if your blood vessels are struggling, performance suffers. So step 1 is to eliminate processed foods and any added sugars. So step 2 is to build a plate rich in protein, fiber, and micronutrients. So all the colors that you envision in vegetables, those are all the micronutrients. And one of my favorite ED-friendly foods is blueberries. So 1 cup, 4 to 5 days a week. They're high in flavonoids, they're great for blood flow, super sweet, especially after you eliminate any ultra-processed carbohydrates. Because most men are eating for blood sugar spikes, not circulation. So you flip that and your energy changes fast. Here's another thing that most guys overlook. It's that when you have sex matters. So testosterone is highest in the morning before 8 a.m. Energy is more reliable, stress is lower, but most men wait until night after work, after stress, after food. They're fatigued and maybe had a few drinks. It's like showing up to a big game already tired and overfed. Not exactly going to be helpful for peak performance. So try having sex in the morning. It's biologically aligned. You'll likely feel stronger, more focused, more confident. Now let's talk about supplements. These are tools, not magic pills, but I like maca root for libido and energy. Beetroot powder supports nitric oxide and circulation. And then magnesium at night helps lower cortisol, relax your nervous system, especially if you're stressed out. But I never start with supplements. They come after the basics are dialed in. So after you test, after you get your movement and your nutrition and your sleep dialed, after you get your mental health dialed, that's when you bring in the supplements. Okay, so here's your roadmap. Find the root cause. Get a quick win to break the cycle. Move daily and lift heavy. Eat for blood flow. Optimize your timing of when you have sex, and then add targeted supplements only after the foundations are strong. Okay, if this resonated with you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Remember, you're not broken, you're just overdue for a reset, and I'm here to help.